This run and a good one. Williams outside. 15 keeps his feet. And Williams finds the end zone. And he is in for a touchdown. On second down, here's a toss. Here is Lucas. Jalen Lucas, that great speed. Keeps his feet. Inside the 30. Lucas, 10, 5. Touchdown, Indiana. It's Henderson cutting back and finding the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana.
Welcome to a special episode of the LEO podcast presented by Big Banter Sports. I am producer Seth. You can follow me on Twitter at Sata5. Tonight, I sit down with the latest IU football recruiting commit for the class of 2024. It is 6 foot, 200-pound running back from Fishers, Indiana, a 3-star. Ladies and gentlemen, Khobie Martin. So with us today, we have Khobie Martin. What's going on, man? Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Hey, you are, 2 weeks ago, the most recent, I believe, still IU football commit. What's going on? Thanks for joining us. How's the season going?
The season is going pretty good for the team, and for me, especially too, with the IU offer coming in. Because essentially I was committed to Miami, Ohio, then IU offered, and then, some things happened, and, now we're here.
Right on. I got to see you play against Franklin Central on Friday. You guys pulled off a big win. You want to talk about that a little bit?
It was a pretty good game. We made some mental mistakes, but at the end of the day, we still came up with the dub. So I'd say, pretty good win.
Right on. So do you have any other goals the rest of the season as we're starting to get to the back half of the schedule?
Yeah. Most of the goals I have, my main goal is not just me, a goal for me, but a goal for me and my team, to go out and compete for the state championship, to go out and win it. That's a goal that I think everybody who plays high school football should have. And another goal I have is to win Mr. Football in the state of Indiana. Also to go ahead and rush for about 1,500 yards, and break the touchdown record at my school, which is currently held by Marquise, and it's 46. And right now I'm pretty sure I'm at like 32, something like that. So as long as I can, throughout these section of games, as long as we keep winning and I get more yards and more touchdowns, hopefully I can, achieve that goal.
Awesome. And then we obviously hope that you parlay that success into your playing days at IU. I think one of the questions everyone's going to have for you, and you talked a little bit about it, why IU?
One of the reasons why I picked IU was because just growing up in Indiana, only thing you hear is Purdue, IU, and to know that I have the opportunity to go play for a Big Ten school and the school that I know is in my hometown school that you see get represented through everywhere. Everybody has an IU shirt on. Everybody has an IU thing. All bunch of my teachers, IU alums, to be able to go play for a school like that, I think the opportunity anybody who lives in Indiana would want to go take. And so, I'm not throwing any shame or any hate on Miami, Ohio. I love that school. I have to say it was a great school, amazing facilities, amazing coaches, everything's going on. Everything's great over there. They win a game. It's amazing. But, IU it just feels like home. It just, cause I'm here, I'm like 45 minutes away from the house. I got a bunch of friends going over there. The coaches are great. I love what Tom Allen has going on down at IU. Coach Johnson, a great running back coach. He's been doing great things over the years, and I just felt like IU was a place for me.
Awesome. And I think you mentioned this a little bit, and I just want to see if you can flesh this out a little bit more. I assume that playing in the Big Ten was probably a goal for you? Yes,
sir. 100%. Going Power 5 was one of the things that I looked up to, especially, when it comes to like getting offers. I love MAC offers. Those are great to have and to know that you feel want and to know that you're wanted and everything. But to know that you can go out and play for a Power 5 program is something that every kid would want to do, especially going at the D1 level.
I think you're speaking to the choir there. Absolutely. Now, one of the things I think that, may factor into some people, they like to declare ahead of the year so they don't have to worry about it. Some wait till the end of the year so they can, put the best film together. Some wait till the absolute last second because they're waiting for, a slot to open up here or there, wait for the depth charts to come out. You're a mid-season commit. Was there something special that happened that, you're like, okay, this is the time I really got to pull the trigger and the timing's right?
I really just say it comes down to like what but if you know a lot about recruiting and what the coach tells you when he gives you the scholarship. For me, the coach who gave me the scholarship, he never gave me a timeline or anything. But one of the things was I knew that a couple other running backs that got offered too from IU. And one of the things that you would know about recruiting, if you're in like the recruiting game and the recruiting scene or anything, you would know that if somebody commits to that scholarship, then that scholarship goes away for somebody else. And that was a scholarship that I knew that if I got that scholarship, I'm going to go ahead and take it. And so I was like, once I get the scholarship, I'm going to call Coach Allen up and I'm going to go ahead and take that. So to make sure my spot's secured.
I love the aggressiveness there. That's a great move. Who was your recruiter from IU?
My recruiter I talked a lot to Ryan Hansen, Coach Hansen, talked a lot to Coach Johnson, and also talked to Coach Allen. Those are the main three. And also Coach, I said Hansen, Coach Rusick as well.
Awesome. All right. So all the fans want to know, they can look at the highlights, they can look up huddles, they can look up all that stuff. What type of player are they getting when you step, on the field in Bloomington?
I call myself a balanced running back. Put me anywhere on the field and I can make something happen. I'm a playmaker. I can run through the hole if you need me to. I got good enough speed to get to the outside too. I'm not like a slow, only power back running back. I can do everything if you really need me to. As long as you put me on the field, just know I'm an athlete. I'll make something happen.
Is there a player that you mold your game after you look up to, either current or college or pro?
Yes, sir. I'll say pro level. He's retired, but Marshawn Lynch, and that's also the reason I have rocked him before.
Okay.
I love runs the ball. It's him and Adrian Peterson. They're backs that if somebody's in front of them, they can lower that shoulder or anything and just run right over them. Also, I also say maybe something like Nick Chubb. I was talking to my friend earlier in practice. It's crazy as this question comes up, but I was talking to him. I was like, if you could consider me a running back, if you could think of me and then think of a running back that played in the college and NFL level, like who would you compare me to? And a lot of my teammates said Nick Chubb. So
right on. I mean, when I think of those three names, the definite thing they have in common is toughness. And when I was talking to a couple of the Fisher staff, that's what the first word that came to mind, I think, from each of them was toughness for you. So that's awesome. Do you know when you're planning on enrolling? Are you going to do a spring start, or are you summer or fall guy? Have you made any of those plans?
I haven't really made any of those plans yet, but I'm assuming and thinking that I'm going to go ahead and do summer. I want to finish my senior year of high school first. You only get to live in high school one time. Only get to go to high school. I feel like I want to take the opportunity. I want to feel like that. I want to be around my friends. For the rest of my senior year and everything. So yes, sir.
Yeah, nobody's gonna, nobody's gonna hold that against you. By the way, are you playing any other sports or anything? Obviously I know football. You got anything else you're doing in the winter or spring?
I was thinking about doing track, but I didn't really like the way that track what it really did to my body, and so I had a trainer that I'm really just gonna go to. It's my speed trainer, Coach Ezebora. If you know him, he's a great guy, great trainer. Love him. He's my speed trainer. He helps me get explosive in the off season. Him and Coach Shackelford. Those are my two main ones. I normally work with Coach Shackelford for like skill things, like making sure my feet are good, make sure my balance is great, and then I go to Coach Ezzy to make sure that my speed and my explosiveness are all, where it needs to be.
Awesome, Khobie. Couple here questions just to round out. Do you have any special hobbies, anything like that?
I wouldn't say I have any special hobbies. I like to say I just hang out with my girlfriend and play the game.
All right. Any pregame rituals?
I always make sure I pray before the games. I make sure that I get the guys huddled up. We go ahead, take a knee down, take a prayer, or if the guys already did it, then I'll go ahead and get my own self prayer in. I like to do that before the game as well. I like to go to cryotherapy to just make sure my body feels nice, like leg compressions, that kind of thing. I feel like that really helps me get in the mental. While I'm sitting there in the chair, I can mentally get prepared for the game, and my body, it starts to feel nice as well. That's really it.
Yeah. Speaking of mental preparation, do you have a pregame hype song? Is there a specific, guy that gets you, you listen to? What's your pregame mix sound like?
It's just all Roddy Ricch. Every single song by Roddy Ricch you could think of, I just listen to him. I mean, I don't know what it was, but when I was a younger kid, when I used to play basketball, before every game, I used to just listen to Roddy Ricch, and I don't think I used to do it intentionally. It was just who I had on my playlist, and it's just so I don't know what happened, but it just became a habit. And now before every a special event or something I need to go to, I just gotta put them on.
All right. Two more here, and I'll get you out. Do you have a favorite football movie?
Favorite football movie? I remember the Titans. I like the
Okay.
toughness, adversity they had to overcome, that kind of thing. Basic, but I love that movie. It's a good movie.
I was in high school when that came out, so that was my jam. I can't blame you there. All right. So I'm also a Fisher's guy. You're a Fisher's guy. Where's your favorite place to eat around here?
Favorite place to eat around Fisher's?
Yeah, and don't give me some like don't give me nothing chain or something, something local.
Nothing chain.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you can give me chain if you have some place that you're like, oh, it's
I gotta think. Okay, so chain restaurant. I would say Zaxby's. That's a chain
okay.
restaurant, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Zaxby's.
That's
I always
good.
have to. Now we're talking local, a local area that I like. It's not really in Fishers though, so I wouldn't really count it. But it's like this. It's like this barbecue place you gotta go. You gotta go to. It's really good.
All right.
I don't know the name of it. I forget it, but it's somewhere down here. It's really good though.
All right. All right. Well, I'll let you out on that. Hey, Khobie, man, it was great meeting, getting to talk to you. Good luck on the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Once you obviously top health to you as well. Good luck. Hopefully you get far in the state tournament. And then obviously parlaying that in success at IU. Thanks again for joining us. Have a great night.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks again, Khobie Martin. Be sure to check out the pod on Twitter and Instagram at Podcast LEO, and make sure to follow our new partner at Big Banter Sports for all the latest updates involving our podcast, as well as the other 13 top-notch pods that cover the other crappy teams in the conference. Be sure to download, follow, rate, and review on all of our platforms. Join us again for our next episode as we cover IU's continuing season. Love you guys. LEO.